Green. I'm green. Season's greetings from the BATTS Table Tennis Club in Harlow, where we welcome the Brighton Table Tennis Club and their team. I will hand you over without further ado to BATTS Supremo Cliff Carter for the team introduction. Cliff, a well-known figure here at the BATTS Club. He knows the players better than anybody. I'll pass you over to Cliff. A warm welcome, Cliff.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to BATTS Table Tennis Club for what promises to be another excellent match. Two top-of-the-table teams, and Brighton are always welcome here. Brighton is my third favourite club after BATTS and Fusion. But don't worry, guys, I'll keep you well ahead of Ormsby, so that's the main thing. All right, but a big welcome to all the people from Brighton, apart from Ryan, okay? Because no, he's all right. Ryan's not too bad. So yeah, what promises to be a great match. So thanks for coming along. I forgot to tell the Brighton spectators that the seats there don't cost anything. They're the premium seats. They're £10 each. But if you could pay that to Neil on the way out, and for juniors, it's double. For Ryan, it's quadruple. Right, with no further ado, I'll introduce the players. So a big welcome for the Brighton team, a very eclectic team. I looked that word up the other day, very flash, but it basically means from lots of different places. So it's almost like the joke when three people walked into a bar, but we have a Japanese player, a Ukrainian player, and a Swedish player. So first of all, I'd welcome into the arena from Japan, Shoma Nishihara. And then the very, very entertaining defender, mixer, mucker, whatever you want to call it, but certainly very entertaining, from Ukraine is our good friend Igor Zavodski. Well, he seems to be quite popular. And also playing, David, unfortunately, was in the team that beat us 6-1 in the final match of the season at the Dome, which gave them the title. But a very warm welcome again to David Anderson. And then the last match we played, I unfortunately forgot the umpires, so I'm not really worried about my team at the moment. So I'd like to say a very big warm welcome to Lyndon Griffiths, who's an international umpire, and Eamon Hall, county umpire. Thanks for officiating today. And then playing from Brighton, we're not quite as eclectic, but we do have all the way from China, our new BATTS coach, who's been working hard here with the juniors for 6 months, Haotian Chen. And then the evergreen, jolly green giant is our regular player, Duran. And then finally, we have the ex-Brighton coach and reject, now playing for BATTS, but we do love him, is Josh Bennett. Oh, that's not nice. Ooh. Okay, so I wish you all a pleasant afternoon and a good match for all.
Thank you very much, Cliff, and a warm welcome, Eamon umpire. We're about to get underway with the first match. My name is Martin Green, the resident BATTS commentator. We have a very large crowd today, which is probably evident from the microphone in the introductions. So today we have second versus third. BATTS team are in third position in the Premier, and second place goes to Brighton. I'm about to be photo bombed by Duran.
Something like that.
The most senior player on display today, is that fair to say?
Yeah, I'm an old man these days at 34, has been. I'm under strict instructions from Cliff Card to have a 20-second cameo, and then I'm off from the commentary box for the rest of the day.
Well, this will be the only interesting bit. How's the knee?
1 to 10 or 6.
Oh, right. Well, that's better than I expected. So
I'm safe from Cliff's abuse for the rest of the day.
right. Thank you, Chris. He's quite a character, as you well know. We'll be talking about him when he first plays his match. He's not on in the first round of matches. Brighton last year were the SPL champions. For those of you who tuned in, the last match of the season played at the Brighton Dome in front of one of the bigger crowds we've had, between 400 and 500 people. Very partisan, it has to be said. And BATTS were outclassed on the day, mainly due to the appearance of Tom Jarvis for Brighton. Obviously a top English player, but he's not on show today, so it should be a very hotly contested match. In fact, I've spoken to a few of the team members and club representatives, and it's too tight to call, is the feeling. So I guess the best part of any sport is close competition, and I think we should be enjoying some of that today. Each team have lost one match, both losing to Ormsby, who head the table. Remember, the 4 qualify for the second phase, so Ormsby, BATTS and Brighton well on their way to doing that. It's just a question probably of who will join them. But we have here a rematch from last season, which was a little feisty, to say the least, and we hope there'll be no recurrence. No Will Bailey. He wasn't playing last year. He was on the coaching staff, but he was very animated over a tight call against his teammate David Anderson when playing Chris Duran. So we hope we don't have any decisions of that sort of cause that sort of controversy. But from the introductions, both teams certainly get on very well, and both from the south of England, and we expect good things here today, and we should be starting very shortly. The umpires on display: Lyndon Griffiths on the table in front of us, and we're about to start with David Anderson serving to Chen Haotian. You can hear a very vocal support from Brighton, even though it's being played in Essex. There's a big Brighton contingent that's come up on the minibus. Another big forehand from Anderson gives Brighton a 2-0 lead in the first match. On the far side, Josh Bennett playing number 3. Big forehand from Chen, the first one we've seen, but Anderson up to it with a very, very quick block. Chen winning his first point, a delicate push just missing the edge of the table. On the far side, we have Shoma Nishihara from Japan. For Anderson here, and Bennett leading against Nishihara 1-0, now 1-1 on table 2. Terrific rally there. Anderson standing firm at the table. Chen retreating. I think we might see more of that during the match. But Anderson, tall man, covering the table well, forcing Chen back. 1-5. Encouragement from the Brighton supporters. Chen, that big forehand, he tends to hit inside out, so that's from his backhand side of the court. Dan Anderson's forehand successful there. Anderson still low on the attack. 7-2. Missing for once. Chen with 2 serves. We're looking to get back into the match. Brighton up in both games currently. Chen testing the backhand there of Anderson, finding success. Bennett fighting back to table 2, 3-6 down. Well, he did make the most of his 2 serves. Anderson takes a towel down, 7-5. Every 6 points you're allowed a towel down. Well, that's a fantastic shot from Chen. It, no disgrace from Anderson. A lovely backhand serve, very short. Chen very quick with the forehand smash. 7-6. Anderson persisting with the backhand serve. Takes another towel down, which I'm not sure the umpire, yes, the umpire has noted it. You're not allowed to do that. Chen serving 6-8. Goes big into the Anderson forehand, but is up to the cause there with a big forehand winner down the line. 6-1. Chen under pressure serves wide, and 4 game points now to the Swedish international. High toss forehand serve. Delicate from Chen. Anderson, though, takes the point, and the first game 11-6. Very much an international flavour to today's match. Certainly on the Brighton side, no English players without Tom Jarvis and Will Bailey. So we've got David Anderson from Sweden and Igor Zavodski from Ukraine and Shoma Nishihara from Japan. So just goes to show the quality now in the British League, and it certainly gives a perspective on how far we've come. The BATTS team has an English stalwart, Chris Duran, ranked number 6 now in England, been playing now for some 15 years for England, age 34. He'll be in action in the next round of matches. And of course, Josh Bennett from England. Chen serving first point of the second end. Off to a better start this time. Some very, very tight play there. Shots low to the net. Chen opening a 2-0 lead. Well, it's a fantastic backhand flick from Chen. Something that we've not seen too much of. Anderson will be taking note of that. Chen goes for the big forehand from the wide to the forehand serve from Anderson, but misses. And Anderson finally on the ball. 3-1 Chen. Tight serve. Anderson next. Cheap point needed from Chen. Misses this one. Acknowledges the overstretched. On the far table, Brighton are 1-0 up in ends. So Brighton leading both these opening matches by 1 end now. Anderson serves. Attempted flick. Chen goes long. Those are the points that he needs to pick up. Another one of those strained. Anderson back now to 4-all. 4 on the far table. Two big forehands from Chen gets him back on the scoreboard 5-4. Chen wipes his hands on the table, blows on the ball, knee stroked. Anderson now missing out, pushing into the net. Will be disappointed with that. 4-6 going to the back and so. Chen can't believe what happened there, but certainly misread it. 5-6. 4-all on table 2. Chen under pressure for right hand start. Great support, and they're now on their feet, and 1 or 2 of these Brighton supporters. Towel down at 6-all. Bennett 6-4 down on the far table. So short. Anderson misses to the forehand. Chen looking to the sky, shaking his fist. Still ahead, just by 1 point though. Massive forehand from Chen. Anderson tries to flick on the forehand, but misses wrong. Nishihara has 6 game points on table 2. Fantastic forehand from Chen. Anderson opened up with a highly spun shot. Chen up to the task. That's a 2-point lead with 2 serves. Anderson keeping it tight and not allowing Chen to get in. When he did, he played an air shot. Big point this one. Chen serving. He needs to make it good contact. Brighton fans have their head in their hands there. Anderson's shot coming off the net there, so both players taking their time. Anderson looks concerned. 8-10. is going around. 9-10. Still a game point though for Chen. Desperately needs this one. Oh, fantastic rally, and that brings the home crowd to life. The forehander of Chen holding firm, Anderson shaking his head, and Duran high-fiving Chen as his BATTS Supremo Cliffcarder. On the far table, Brighton extended their lead to 2-0 on that one, and Nishihara winning both those and now leading 1-0. As I was saying, with the international flavoured players, Chris Duran pleased with that one.
Very good, sir.
Yes, he's happy with that. Yeah, that's good news. I think so.
He said that. I didn't say that. I said sorry.
Duran in good voice, so he's happy, and that's good to see. Great character. Very nice man. So, parity here at 1 game all. Brighton serving. Long serve, which catches the backhand out in Chen side. Brighton the crowd again now on their feet. Big forehand from Anderson. This time he's opened up a 2-love lead, which he did in the first end and won. Chen has a 2-point advantage in the second end and won, so he needs to win this point. Very vocal in the Brighton crowd. Right. There's some nets, and Chen picks up the first point for BATTS in this end. 3-1 Anderson with the backhand serve. Misses that one. Anderson playing with the hectagonal bat, bigger sweet spot, we shall see. Chen driven back, and Anderson plays the big winner down Chen's forehand, and can't even offer a shot to that one. Brighton moving towards the first point of the match on table 2. That big inside out forehand getting him a point there. Chen plays that shot a lot. Didn't have much success in the opening game, but coming good there. Slowly catching up the gap. Remember, he was 2-0 down. It's 3-4 now. Levels it up at 4. Anderson looking at the bat, maybe blaming it. All workmen blame their tools when things go wrong. Great length and 2 shots there from Anderson, pushing Chen back and coming up with the winner. Chen needs this point. 9-7 to Nishihara on table 2. Great forehand from Chen. Mastering the serve from Anderson, it was short. His bandage has now come off the knee. Rather striking pink colour. I hope it won't affect his play. Another good rally. Chen goes into the lead for the first time in the match. 1-6-5 up. 2 match points on the far side Only one needed. When it goes down, Nishihara wins 3 straight. Brighton are on the board. Anderson not moving his feet, doesn't need to. Big lob attempt from Chen. He attempted a high lob, just missed the edge of the table. And we're back at parity, 1-1, 6-1. Support now from the players' turns to this game. BATTS won't want to let Brighton into a 2-0 lead. Duran standing there on his feet, marking that one. Question mark over whether that was a lot. Not too worried about that now. Opening up a 2-0 lead. 2 serves here, will be looking for at least 1 and hoping for 2. Long serve, catches Anderson out. Anderson stands in the middle of the table, doesn't show much footwork. Been suffering for that one. 9-6. Big forehands from both sides. Chen blinks first. Still has a 2-point lead. Anderson going for the backhand serve. Clearly trails by 2 points. Great play. Fantastic touch play by Chen, which brought him round in the end to that favoured forehand which he played inside out. 3 game points to the BATTS player. Nice backhands, 2 backhands there from Anderson. 2 game points still for Chen. Both players towering down. The big trademark forehand from Chen, this time down the middle, works in his favour. He takes the 3rd end, 11-8. He leads now by 2 ends to 1. Takes on water. It's not exactly hot in the hall, but playing a game of this magnitude, certainly the players warming up nicely. Nishihara now has joined his teammates supporting Anderson and giving instructions. The international quartet, Ukraine, Japan and Sweden, represented by those 3 players. Chen, obviously also from overseas, who's been brought to the country by the BATTS club to coach, working hard, particularly with Ralph Patterson, who's absent today. He's in China on a 3-week training camp. Here we go. Anderson, a little bit petulant, slaps the ball into the table, goes over the head of Chen. Another one goes into the net. These are the cheap points, Chen. I say cheap points, it was a very good serve. 2 netted balls from Anderson. Anderson injecting some pace with the serve, and Chen very close with the backhand. This is a top match now. 1-2. toss. Not sure how Chen got that backhand away, but this time misses the forehand. And we're back level at 2 points all. Chen leading though by 2 games to 1. That's the one. This is the shot. His trademark shot. That one played on the move, rolling the bat across the top of the ball, down the forehand of Anderson, who has no reply. 3-2. Chen got caught out by the short return from Anderson. 3 all players toweling down. Duran giving some instructions to Chen from afar. I'm not sure I can understand that. I hope Chen can. Anderson with the backhand serve. Slow top spin wins the point from Anderson. He needs this end to stay in the match. Oh, both players catching the top of the net. Working more in Anderson's favour, you think. Opening up a 2-point gap now. Chen be looking to utilise the 2 serves in his favour. Big forehand works again for Chen. Anderson has no answer to that. Very short serve. Anderson pushes long. 2 points accumulated from his serves. Chen. We're looking to at least net one of these from Anderson. Moving around the table, still using the backhand. Long serve. Great footwork from Chen. That's the best rally of the game. Anderson calls timeout as Chen opens up a 1-point lead. The BATTS players acknowledge Chen. Some hand slaps from all 3. He's got his head buried in his towel. Not much being communicated to him, whereas Anderson probably more using the timeout more to disrupt Chen, toweling down, listening to his 2 colleagues, Nishihara and Zavodski. Vital match, this one. BATTS will not want to go 2-0 down. Chen on debut was winless here against a strong Ormsby team. Has a percentage of 25% in all matches, 1 out of 4. We're looking to improve on that as he settles down to life in Essex. The cheers go up for Anderson. 5-6. Holds firm. A lot of encouragement for him from the experienced campaigners, Graham Player and John Poisley. Long serve was gobbled up by Anderson. I don't think we'll see that one again. Serving from the backhand side on the forehand. Yeah, Anderson all over Chen now. uses both of his serves. Timeout has worked. They'll be looking now to take advantage. Big point. 7-all. Both players back on the table. Anderson punches the air. 3 points on the trot now is giving a 1 point advantage. BATTS players on their feet. Crescendo of noise. David is the call. Right. Oh, very loose push. Misread that Anderson and locked the ball off the end. Back at 8-all and Chen with the serve advantage. Can he make use of it is the question. Chen wipes his back. Shoves the forehand of Anderson. Rips a big forehand which misses just. Points going against serve now. Big forehand from Chen. Anderson has no answer with the block that loops off the end. Back to level scores. Chen 2 points away from winning his first home game for BATTS. Anderson has serve. Chen takes his time. Catches the net. And misses the forehand down the back. Anderson fist pumps. Are we heading to a 5-set match? Anderson serving on the back end. And finally takes the game 11-9. The crowd like it. Chen doesn't. BATTS have gone quiet. Teammates now sitting down. Wishing that he'd have taken that end. It's going to be tough now. 2 games all to play for. The Brighton supporters taking on water. I think they need to. Their fan club coming on the Brighton minibus, which we see around the country quite a bit. Last week it was at Wednesbury for the County Championships Junior Premier section, which Warwickshire won. And congratulations to Kate Hughes and her team from Warwickshire winning for the first time. Most deserved title. Great weekend, in fact. Some good table tennis played. I was there with the Essex team that finished third. Here we are, 2-2 with the Essex team of BATTS, trailing by 1-0. Anderson serving. Puts an early marker down with a big forehand. Chen knows he's got to be aggressive. Who can get him first? Long serve to the backhand of Chen. Anderson puts his hand up, acknowledging maybe just caught the line. And nevertheless, it was a good serve. Chen trailing in the final encounter. Another point goes into the net from Anderson. I'm disappointed with that. Chen's driven just that little bit too far back. Can't return down the forehand. 2 point gap now for this week with 2 serves. Chen slows it down. Chen misses the forehand. Timeout called by the BATTS team. Each team entitled to one timeout in the match. Anderson already called his in the fourth end, which worked successfully. I'm sure that Chen will be hoping that this one will, for his team. 3-point gap at the moment in favour of the Sussex team. Bit of quiet for once around the horn. All the crowd discussing the match so far. I'm sure they've been well entertained by the noise levels. They certainly would appear to have been. Duran encouraging Chen. Comes back to the table, picks his bat up. Needs to come back quickly here before the change of ends. And that he does with a superb angled backhand flick out wide to the forehand of Anderson, who nets. 2-4 now and back on serve. Fist pumps from Duran. Flat serve, just catching the top of the net. Yeah, Chen got the better of that rally. They always forced back. He initially was on top. Anderson breaks the run of 2 consecutive points to Chen with a very short push that catches the top of the net. Fortunate the timeout had worked, but a bit of luck there has helped the Brighton player to a 5-3 lead. With serve, he'll try and make the most of it. This time going to the forehand from the backhand side. Fast serve there from Anderson. Didn't catch Chen out. Chen had the advantage and then played an air shot to fine margin. And sometimes you completely miss the ball. 6-3 now. Anderson exerting the pressure. Chen slaps the ball into the floor, trailing by 4 points. Needs to get back fast before the match is over. But he tries that with a big forehand inside out. This time he misses. The more experienced Anderson. Still only 23. Chen 21. Good spin from the forehand into the backhand of Anderson. Anderson probably expecting it down the forehand. Good switch from Chen. Is it too little, too late? Anderson nets. Anderson will be looking to use the serve. He won't want to lose this point. Serves well on, but Chen looking sharp. Huge forehand. Brings him back to within 2 points and has the service. Great backhand from Anderson. Brings a big roar and a fist pump. We needed that. A massive point on the Chen serve here. Great control getting the initial push and then the forehand. Brings him 4 match points. A mountain to climb for Chen. Anderson again pushing into the net. And one of his weaknesses this match. Massive fist bumps. Gets up to the ceiling. He wins 11-7. The crowd high-five him. Chen shakes hands with the opposition, more sedately, shall we say. Anderson kisses his finger, looks to the sky, goes over to the BATTS end. All three acknowledge a good performance, so that gives the away team a 2-0 lead. Anderson kisses the badge, looks at the BATTS, and remember, a little bit of controversy, shall we say, last season. Anderson, perhaps with a score to settle, has come some way to do that. But we await the match against Duran and Anderson later on. Well, welcome back after an extended break. Still not sure as to who's playing doubles. Chris Duran chatting with the Brighton players, still in his hoodie. My only clue at the moment is both Chen and Bennett are in their kit. Bennett warming up, who'd expect to play. So I guess BATTS going with the younger players. But no clue as to the Brighton players yet. Gives me a chance perhaps just to tell you a little bit about the Brighton club, which was founded in 2007 by Tim Horton, who's done a wonderful job. I'm just being passed by the Brighton youngster Ryan Goodyear, who refuses to speak, has nothing to say, I don't think, that's why. He's a great prospect for the future, only 13, was playing last week in the county junior championships, but his team got relegated. Pleased to confirm now that David Anderson is on the table, and he's joined by Shoma Nishihara. So we've got, shall we say, the four youngest players on display, and I guess doubles is a game where you need supreme fitness, and we should see a good exhibition here. Just going back to the Brighton team, it's a registered charity doing fantastic work with over 200 tables in the Brighton area used courtesy of the club based in Brighton. The parks, schools and even sheltered housing hold tables that have been given by the Brighton TTC, and even a psychiatric hospital is hosting table tennis matches, which is fantastic. And certainly it's a good game for the brain, quite strategic, obviously good for physical fitness, but a bit like a game of chess, you're thinking moves ahead, very reactive, and over 1,500 play every week based from this club. So congratulations to Tim, well done. They have a great grassroots community, and it just shows what can be done. Chris,
I've been fired as coach.
Chris fired as coach following that. What about as co-commentator? Co-commentator?
I was sacked before I got the audition.
Oh dear, Duran not allowed to speak to me on air, which Cliff Carter is ruling with a rod of iron, I think. Always good to hear from Duran, but so just to conclude that they have some great players at the BATTS team, including two Paralympic medalists, both here. One of them here, by Tuomi, watching this match. We're away. And his forehand catches the top of the net, goes wide. Bennett nets from the backhand, so a couple of early unforced errors. 1-1. And gets in with the forehand to win that point. Plays a good wide backhand, which Chen can't return. Nishihara the number one, Anderson the number two. It shows the strength of the team. Big forehand from Nishihara this time. Plays with the European shake hand grip. Bennett serving. Great backhand flick from Nishihara. He trains in Sweden, I believe, with David Anderson. 25 years of age. This time he's caught out by the Chen forehand. Brighton opening up a 4-point gap, looking sharper at the moment. Bennett, born in Eastbourne, so he's a Sussex man. I believe that's East Sussex. Never quite sure with East and West Sussex. Spinny backhand from Anderson. Chen puts his forehand too long. Brighton lead 8-2. Brighton looking favourite still in this, but great shot from Chen there. Need a few more. Bennett spins one up. Fantastic touch from Anderson, who just takes all the pace off the ball, drops it over the net. Chen nowhere near it. So 7 game points in this first end. Brighton looking sharp. Certainly the BATTS pairing won't have played together much before, if at all. Anderson serving a bit too long there from Chen on it, like a bullet, puts it past the Japanese player. Another one. Very loose serving, uncharacteristically from Anderson. Chen very sharp. And now his chance to serve to Nishihara. Nishihara this time with the quick return brings the reward and indeed the game 11-6. A little bit of a fight back there from the Essex players, but still a comprehensive 11-6 win. And the Brighton coaching team are pretty quiet, whereas BATTS with work to be done, taking on liquids. Eamon Holmes walking towards the camera. I say Eamon Holmes, that is a slight slip of the tongue. Eamon Hall, of course, from Essex. He's the umpire on duty here. Lyndon Griffiths, the assistant. Hall's gone a bit quiet at the moment. Yeah, going back to what I was saying about 2 Paralympic medalists from Brighton, and Tony did incredibly well at, I believe, just the age of 14 to win 2 medals. And, of course, Will Bailey, the Strictly man, picked up a silver in the men's final. Here we go. 1-0 to Brighton. Straight away, Brighton in charge. Good serve from Bennett, electing to go a bit longer and catches Nishihara on the backhand. Yeah, good touch from the Essex players. The ball eventually being put away by Josh Bennett, but good work by Chen, keeping it tight. Bennett missing a forehand there that he would normally put away, and a chance for him to go ahead, but they trail 3-2. Chen goes long. Lovely backhand flick from Bennett, setting up the Chen winner. Ooh, great reply there. That's a great rally at the end. The BATTS boys winning it. Some luck involved. Bennett's block not keeping close to the net. Leaving an easy shot for Nishihara. 5-4. Bennett going long. We need to win these 2 points now on serve before the match gets away from them. They trail by 1-0. The 3-point deficit's going to be hard to pick up. Especially when Bennett serves into the end of the table. It could look as an error, but he's under pressure, and as all players in doubles, to keep the ball short and close to the net. Anderson misses what for him would be a regulation forehand. He's not going to miss that one. A cleverly angled shot, too short a return. From the BATTS players, not looking happy now. 5-9 down. Net serve, gets to the top of the net. Tilt goes in on the left-hand side of the court. Bennett, another unforced error, but I feel now they're under a lot of pressure from these two from Brighton. 5 game points. Bennett flicks a backhand pass Nishihara to pull one back. Need another 4 of those. And that's not going to happen. Once again, the margin is 5 points in favour of the Brighton players, who move into a 2-0 lead, which coincides with the match score of 2-0. BATTS are going to have to do something here pretty quickly if they're to get back into this doubles. Certainly won't want to trail 3-0 to such a strong side. We hope that it'll be close, and certainly from a BATTS point of view. The crowd, good crowd here at in Harlow, and expecting a good match. And from the Brighton point of view, they're getting one, but the Essex supporters be a little disappointed. Can't afford really to go 3-0 down to the Premier League champions. Brighton players already back at the table. Duran gesticulating at the two players, and the umpire actually calls time here. And Duran trying to give words of wisdom, which he has. Looks like he has some kind of energy drink there. Energy drink for his coaching, I think. Cliff Carter looks on. The BATTS manager looks concerned, and might he well? Or even well he might. Oh, Anderson catches the edge of the table with a backhand fortuitously. Quick response from Chen. Not sure. I must have got that wrong, but it looked to me as though it caught the edge. Not so, according to the umpires, who were in agreement, which finds the Sussex team 3-0 down. This time, Bennett nets. Some vocal support now for Brighton. Chen opening up, but Nishihara too hot for that. Let's serve from Bennett. Feeling the heat from Anderson. Good serve. Anderson goes long. BATTS have a 2-point advantage, which they need to hold on to. Superb flick from Chen, winning that point for Bennett. Wow, that is a fantastic winner. Nothing wrong with the Chen flick. It seemed almost as though Nishihara didn't let the ball hit the table. Bennett with a big winner down the forehand side and keeping his team ahead, 6-3. Quietens the crowd. That one definitely did catch the table from Nishihara. Bit of luck. Goes against BATTS this time. Maintaining a 3-point advantage with that point. Must hold on to the lead. Trailing 2-0. Tomahawk serve from Nishihara. BATTS players up to it. 8-4. Well, they needed to get back into the match, and they have. Fantastic. Walking forehand there from Chen. 6 game points. Ooh. Bennett was joshing there with the crowd. That was a volley from Nishihara over the table. It wasn't one pulled back for the Brighton team, but Chen's backhand too good for Nishihara, and BATTS pull a game back. 2-1 they trail. 2-0 the match score. But good news for the Essex team. Good travelling contingent from the south coast for Brighton. Certainly outnumbering the BATTS supporters in their home patch. The crowd, unlike in football, are mingling, and some good conversations being held between the Essex and Sussex supporters. Once again, the Brighton pair first back to the table. Duran using all of the 1 minute allowance for coaching in between ends. He's probably going to be called for time in a moment. Slap hands all round, and a buoyant BATTS end, geeing up their players. Still trail by 2-1. Chen receiving from Anderson. Bennett's flick hits the top of the net and goes off. Bit of a wild backhand there from Nishihara. Looks straightforward enough to me, but a rare mistake. Great touch play from the two Brighton players there. Bennett plays an air shot, which was a difficult one. Wasn't really there for the flick. Bennett, maybe the court at his mercy there. Could have put that away, but misses. Disappointing. Clever shot from Anderson there. He's been the dominant player, and Duran caused timeout at 4-1 down in the fourth end, and his team trailing 2-1. Normally when you get a 3-point advantage, certainly in the final end, tradition to call timeout. Not a fan completely of timeouts. sometimes done just to disrupt the opponents. Maybe this time Duran has something that he wants to pass on, and this time his players are back at the table before the Brighton players. Duran passes me looking buoyant.
Chris is frustrated.
Oh, he's frustrated, that's what he's told me. So he's disappearing at strange to him. Toilet break, I'm sure. Nishihara serving to Chen. BATTS away. Great forehand there from Nishihara. He had to bend backwards and allow the ball to come past his chest before thumping it away. But he misses this one. And yeah, looks at the table, but still have a 2-point lead in this fourth end. Bennett goes long. Too many unforced errors, but the pressure of the Brighton players showing. Bennett gets this one back, but too high. Nishihara puts away with the forehand, taking them closer to a 3-0 match lead. Bennett must get his 2 serves here. Yep, that was a let serve. Bennett serves long. Chen can't block that back, and one feels now that the game is gone. 3-8. And he grabbed that point back. Still trail by 4. With Brighton serving 8-4. Oh, Anderson trying to produce a few special shots here. He did one, but in the end his forehand goes long, and another point back to the Essex team. Wow, what a fantastic return from Nishihara. Chen goes for the glory shot and misses. A great rally, and certainly Shoma Nishihara smiling, enjoying that one. Lovely, almost not a flick from Anderson, just punches that ball back past the opposition. 5 match points. Oh, and fantastic flick from Anderson, equalled by Bennett on the back end. Puts away the winner. 4 match points. Superb flick. Good rally. Anderson acknowledges the applause. Another win for Brighton takes them into a 3-0 lead. And one that you will think BATTS will struggle to come back. They have to win all 4 to win the match. Bennett looks philosophical as he comes back to his end. So we have a bit of a contrast now coming up. The 2 senior players from each team. Chris Duran, who hasn't hit a ball in anger yet, he will be playing against Igor Zavodski. These 2 completely different styles. You'll have the touch and the flicks from Duran and the control from Zavodski. Zavodski, more of a defensive player, so should be entertaining. And Duran knows the only option for him is to win this if his team want to stay in the match. We'll be back shortly. Just a comfort break for me. welcome back, suitably refreshed, and unfortunately the match I was anticipating is on the far table, which will be a fascinating one. We've got the more hard-hitting players on table 1 here. One from Japan, one from China. Nishihara has an average of 75% so far this season in the British League. He's over here. He trains in Sweden. He looks a very, very good player. And Chen still looking for his first win in front of the home crowd. He's the left-hander in the highly coloured shirt. Nishihara in the blue shirt. Just knocking at the moment on the far table. Duran and Zavodski are knocking. Right, we just need one of these two. I would think they start favourites on both tables. Duran, though, known for taking rabbits out of hats. He couldn't with his coaching in the doubles, but I'll keep you posted on the scores on that one. So Chen, now living in Essex, welcome to the club as a coach, and still settling in. He's filming this one. He has a bit of a knee problem, but seems to be alright. He's flexing it at the moment. He lost his bandage in the last match. It doesn't seem to be causing him too much distress. We're going to be underway on this table first. Here we go. Nishihara's won the serve. And we're underway. Wow, that was a pretty explosive rally. And Nishihara with a big forehand down the backhand of Chen, who managed to get it back. To the surprise of Nishihara, and Chen puts away a win at service. You probably now can see where most of the noise is coming from. Brighton's most vocal fan standing down the far end. Here, Chen leads 4-0. Another big wide forehand from Chen brings him success. The noise is excessive, I would say now, to be honest. It's fine on that table, but it's going on while these two players are playing. Chen restores his 5-point advantage. BATTS leading in both games. Duran 4-1 up. We welcome support, but respect has to be given to both tables, in my feeling. Whatever way you look at it, Nishihara is struggling. Seems to have lost the plot a bit now. Chen serving 9-1. Loses the first point to the Japanese player. Big forehand forehands from Chen, but Nishihara up to the cause there. Needs a few more. Unfortunately, misses that one, giving his opponent 7 game points, which Chen has no problem with, taking the first one, winning 11-3. Anderson coming down to talk to his teammate. Nishihara will need some support. Looked a bit lost there in that first one. Close match going on table 2. Duran looping against the more defensive Ukrainian. Nets. Duran leads 6-4. Well, if they can continue this, they'll be back in the match, but a long way to go on both tables. 1-0 here to BATTS, table 1, with the home player serving. Serves long, Nishihara nets. I think at the very least he should be asked to sit down, the Brighton fan. Duran won't be fazed by it, that's for sure. He's right in the line of sight of Duran, and Duran on the attack. Back here, big forehand from Nishihara wins the point, brings it back to 2-all. Chen wins that one with a big forehand. Much longer rallies on the end table there. Duran being very patient. This is a big forehand there. Chen wins that one as Nishihara looks his back, misses a forehand, it catches the top of the net and goes long. 7-all on the far table. Zavodski turning to attack, but plays an air shot. Chen 5-3 up here now. Nishihara looks at his bat again, but seems to have lost his touch somewhat in this game. Much to the enjoyment of the home team. Comes up with a big forehand there. Eight all on the far table. 6-5 here to BATTS. Chen misses the flick. Nishihara gets back to 6-all, has a towel break. Chen squandered the lead here. Has 2 serves to put it right. Duran leading 9-8 on the far side. Big forehand catches the top of the net and goes on, and Chen acknowledges he was a little lucky there. Duran has 2 game points at the far end. Nishihara misses a backhand. A 2-point lead as well for BATTS on this table, 6-8. Ambitious flick from Chen, catches the top of the net, goes long. Needs this point 7-8. Chen nets, as does. So I apologise if you can't hear me. What a fantastic return from Chen. A massive forehand. Nishihara blocked straight back by Chen. Another massive forehand. This time from Chen, wins the point. He looks surprised because the ball was blocked back but went long. Quality of this table tennis is good. Deuce on the far table. Chen puts another one past Nishihara. Fist pumps from Duran as he gets another game point. Oh, and Chen takes the first of his game points with a fortunate edge. But is happy to take it nonetheless. Gives him a 2-game lead. Down the far end, a let serve there from Zavodski. Duran looks into the air, comes back. Slowing the game down a bit here. Zavodski serving at 10-11. Oh dear. Big backhand from Duran. Not enough. Returned by Zavodski, and then Duran slaps a ball long. It's going to be hard work to win that game. Rally's a bit shorter at this end, but nonetheless still entertaining. Very entertaining. Turning to BATTS here. Chen nets the first point. Ralph Patterson's father arrives. Good supporter of the BATTS team. His son, of course, a regular here. #1 in England at under 17 level. Hopefully be watching in. If you are, Ralph, we missed you last weekend at the junior premiere. I'm sure he's enjoying the high life in China at the moment. Chen misses that one and we're back to 2-all. Duran takes the first 13-11 down the far end, much to his relief. So, BATTS fighting back. Both these games they've taken the first 3 ends. (4-2) Chen. Looks like he's got the measure of the Japanese player at the moment. Hope that's not the commentator's curse. Fantastic return from Chen. Massive forehand there from Japanese player. And a brilliant blocked return. Opens up a 3-point advantage. Goes for an ambitious backhand there and misses. Showing they've got more confidence now, though, you feel. Still has a 2-point advantage. Nishihara serving. Netted by Chen. Long break down the far end. 2 senior players in action. Let's serve. Another let serve. Keeping it tight. Good return though from Chen, and Nishihara misses the backhand flick. Can Chen use these 2 serves to his advantage? 6-4. 2-0 up and ends. Nishihara tests out the Chen backhand, which isn't up to it. Goes into the bottom of the net, disappointingly. Loses his first serve. And then even more disappointingly serves into the net. 6-all here, 2-0 down the far end. Spumps from Duran. Nishihara serve short. A bit of a lapse in concentration, perhaps, from Chen. He'll be disappointed to lose 3 points on the trot. But gains one back on the serve and again has the advantage. Zavodski missing a huge smash down the far end. Duran 4-0 up. Lovely forehand from Chen. Just that little bit too spinny for Nishihara. 3 points away from his first win on home soil. Chen serves long. Nishihara's flick goes long. Chen closing in on victory. 2 points away. He leads 9-7. 2 serves for Nishihara. Chen dumps the ball into the bottom of the net with a disappointing forehand. Long serve. Not successful though. Nishihara goes long. And we have 2 match points. Chen making the most of the towel down. Can he cross the line? Let's serve. Only just. Fantastic forehand, wins the match, and well done, Chen. He deserved that. It's the first point for the Essex team. He goes straight over to David Anderson from the opponents, shakes his hand. He'll be relieved to get his first win here. Having lost his first game, yep, thumbs up to the BATTS bench. Cliff Carter gives him a hug, and that's lovely to see. Yep, Chen smiling. All's good with him. Meanwhile, we're back to the far end, and absolutely diametrically opposite to me, the somewhat vocal support for Zavodski, and still he's louder than I am. Yeah, and then I think he's in trouble. The support of just as calling out just as Zavodski serves. Duran pulled away. Superb play from Duran, although he gets a bit of luck. The applause is for the rally. Can BATTS claw their way back into this match? Currently 3-1 down, but we're 3-0 down. Duran on top. Probably be hoping to win it as quickly as he can. Quite a tiring match. The spin of Duran versus the top spin of Duran versus the back spin of Zavodski. Oh, all that hard work comes to nothing. 6-4 Duran. Duran looks like he's called a timeout. Castigates himself for missing that one. Just perhaps trying to calm things down a little. He's still ahead. 1 game to 0 and 6-5, but just perhaps trying to take a bit of the heat out of the game. Sips I see him a cup of coffee. Acknowledges Chen for his win. Both players in the right-hand end of the court. Duran making the most of the timeout, just resetting. A lot of energy taken to beat Zavodski. He gets everything back. You have to put a lot into it to beat him, that's for sure. Duran trying hard to shorten the rallies, but power perhaps not always his greatest asset. Needs to move Zavodski around before hitting the winner. Zavodski, the younger of the two, age 32. He trains in Spain currently. He raises his fist. He knows these next 2 points probably crucial. Duran still toweling down, sweating heavily. Lead 6-5. Clutch point. Again, hard work put in by Duran. Gets himself into a position, and Zavodski luckily catches the edge. I can't believe the timeout had anything to do with that. Zavodski on the attack, a rare attack from him, and close call for Duran, but misses long, and Zavodski has the lead for the first time in this end. Duran flicking, spinning the ball hard, mixing it up. Pulls it back to 7-all. These tight games you really do want to win. Particularly the energy that's being expended by Duran. He doesn't want to waste it. I think, in fact, some of that now is on the table. I think Eamon Hall will be wiping it down. Yeah. Blood, sweat and tears from Duran. That's what it's going to take. But he's prepared to give it, no question. Never shy of a marathon match. My feeling is supporters should sit down, particularly if they're behind the line of the player. That's just my opinion. As I said earlier, it won't bother Duran. He push pumps, he brings it back to 8-all. Wipes his glasses. Wafts the bat to give himself a bit of cool air. Brilliant defence from Zavodski. Duran pushing now, taking a breather between the points. Now goes on the attack with a big backhand, but it's not successful. Goes on, but Zavodski now defending for his life. Wow, what a point! That is one of the best points I've seen. The two players embrace. That was magnificent. Wow, Duran's still clapping that point for Zavodski. The crowd were acknowledging a Duran winner while Zavodski was getting the ball back. That one will be replayed many times and will be in the Table Tennis England highlights reel, that's for sure. These two entertaining the crowd. 9-8 Zavodski, so let's Duran, a good sportsman, he would have hated losing that point. This time he goes down the backhand, punches the air, 9-all. He'll take a towel break. In fact, he lifts the towel box, puts it back, fist pumps to the partisan end of the hall. Brighton, though, outnumbering the BATTS supporters, all credit to them. We still have the Duran-Anderson match, which could be a little feisty. He's got to get past Zavodski in this one to keep the match alive. 9-all. He leads 1-0. He's already taken a timeout. Addresses the table. Serves long. Loops. Chop from Zavodski. Backhand loop. Backhand push from Zavodski attacks. Big backhand from Duran. That's a fantastic shot under pressure. Zavodski nets. Game point. And from my experience, when you get a game point, you really want to take it. You really don't want it to go to deuce. Particularly the length of the rallies. So he composes himself, working out a plan, I'm sure. Serves long. Zavodski chops. Duran loops, then he just rolls another one, pushes from the backhand. Just taking a breather. He'll be up for the next big shot soon. There it is on the backhand. Great return to Zavodski long. We're back into pushing. And this time Zavodski pushes long. Duran, the master of tactician. Yeah, of tactics even. He's so relieved to win that. I've just been handed a can of Coke. I need to take a breather. I'm commentating on both tables here. So I'm just going to have a mouthful. I'll be back in a second. Allowed, I don't think. Right, we're back in action with the giant from Essex serving. Nets needs to focus. He doesn't want to let Zavodski back into the match. My Coca-Cola sponsor has just arrived. Zavodski on the attack, probably out of his comfort zone. Ball goes way off the end from him as it hits the top edge. And he's looking frustrated. Duran, 1-all, knows he mustn't let him into the game. Won't want it to be going the distance, that's for sure. Zavodski very quickly onto that high return, but it goes long. He will be losing confidence in the small forays he has with attacks, which is effective normally, but mainly on the defence to Duran. Rare mistake for Zavodski. Lovely smell of food emanating from the canteen. Sharon's cooking the food for after the match, which hopefully will be enjoyed by both. And we have the support to back at the far end, clapping his teammate. To Duran. Unforced error. I'd say unforced. Perhaps lacking a little bit of energy at the start of this one. He knows he must keep that energy level up, taking every opportunity to rest with tail breaks. 3-all. Great shot from Duran there. He exerted the extra spin, which caught Zavodski out on the forehand. Slow walk back from Duran delays the serve from Zavodski. Zavodski backhand serve. I'm laughing, but Gallows laugh for me. Caught out. Movement isn't his greatest aspect. Before all, Duran talks to the crowd, taking longer in between points. Zavodski talking to himself. Two great entertainers, both in their mid-30s. Some might say at their prime. Oh, what a rally. Oh, amazing. Duran listens, puts his hand to his ear, whips the crowd up, even the Brighton supporters appreciating that rally. Each rally is its own little match. Both players tactically shrewd, seeking out weaknesses in each other. Duran looking for the right opening, which is on the back, opens up on the backhand, pushes again. Zavodski in with a big forehand winner, which Duran acknowledges. Once again, the ball goes to the back of his court. He's left the bat on the table, puts his thumb up at Zavodski, takes the glasses off. He does like to take his time in between points. Rafa Nadal-like. Nadal in between serves, similar to Duran in between points. Duran mixing it up, high spin, then pushes, another push, backhand, goes for a big backhand and misses it. Vital part of the match, this. Duran would want dearly to win it in 3 if he could. Zavodski knows that he's the fitter of the two. He'll be happy for it going to 5. Well, Duran fortunate there. Certainly caught the net, maybe even the edge. I can't see from my vantage point. They're down the far end of the hall. I wish this game had been on this table. And Duran now at 6-all. Not sure what he's asking for. Maybe a fresh towel. No, I've given him a towel. Yep, he wants another towel, sweating profusely. He says to umpire Hall that his towel's too wet. Duran overheating. Shows what it means to him, though. He's a crowd pleaser. Tries to catch Zavodski out with a long serve, but doesn't. Go back to one of these rallies with a bit of pushing and then some flicking. And now a big forehand loop from Duran, which return pushes again. Big backhand loop. And I think again, maybe just catches the net. I don't see any apology from Duran, so I may be wrong there. Whatever, he's happy to win the point. 4 points away from winning the the match and bringing the score overall to 3-2, which is what the crowd want. Good length there from Igor. Anderson passes me and goes out. He can't stand the tension. Duran again with the glasses off. 7-all. Door creaking and Duran blowing heavily. Missing a loop. Mustn't let his energy levels drop. He knows that. He won't want another end. Zavodski leads 8-7. Cautionary opening here from Duran. For the big backhand. Big forehand. Another big forehand. Almost took that. Well, he did take it on the half volley. Clever shot. Kills the rally. He'll want 3 more of those. He's just 3 points away. Can he do it? He said beforehand he sometimes wishes he had more power. Quick rubbers on his back. Not enough against Zavodski. Oh, and Zavodski catches the end, he thinks. Duran doesn't, nor does the umpire. 9-8 to BATTS. Duran tries his hand on the table. Something else I'm not keen on. Dresses and serves. Pushing rally. Zavodski the first one to attack. Duran on the defence. 3 big forehands. Wins Zavodski the point. Back to parity, 9-all. Duran again applauds. He's got to watch that. He can't rest on his laurels, Duran. I think he'll be looking to get in first in this rally. Shorten it if he can. He's certainly not shortening the breaks. Toweling down. Receding hairline now. He puts the crowd through a lot as well. We're all on the edge of our seats here. 9-all. But Zavodski has the serve. Big backhand that's got back by Zavodski. Another big backhand return. Duran again felt that may have caught the net, but he's happy. He's waving to the crowd. Both hands increasing the noise, which for the most has gone against the BATTS team, but very appreciative crowd now. Clutch point. Match point to Duran. High spin. Zavodski looking to get in and attack, but can't. Duran won't want him attacking. Duran biding his time. It's Zavodski that opens up. And Duran goes for the big backhand and misses. Igor is the chant from his superfan behind him. In the Great Britain t-shirt, but I don't think he's from these parts. Beanie hat on. The creaking door again delays the match. He again slows things down, pretending he wants a timeout. He already used that. 10 each. Duran must keep the ball on the table. He's going for it now. Then slowly. Zavodski backhand. How many shots in this rally? I imagine this is the longest of the match, and a tame forehand from Duran puts it into the net. He really will not want to lose this game, having had a match point. Everyone appreciative. The crowd want more. Zavodski, game point. Big loop from Duran goes long. We're going to a fourth end. Duran looks disappointed, crestfallen. He's got to regroup. Zavodski now in the ascendancy. The younger, fitter player, he won't mind going to 5. The crowd enjoying it. Instructions coming into the crowd, from the crowd. And the Harlow favourite there is trying to tell Duran that he needs to float it as opposed to spin it. Float would be harder for Zavodski to return. Sometimes spin helps the pimples. Duran returning with 2 towels. And that's the 3rd one he's now got. Not sure where he got the white ones from. Maybe from a hotel, a local hotel. Who knows? I shouldn't cast aspirations against Duran. Brighton fans now, 4 of them behind Duran. Zavodski it is to serve. Duran acknowledges and we're away. Duran looks forlorn after the first point, which he puts into the net. I think that the energy levels drop. Duran taking it early, but still not getting it past. Misses with the final forehand. You just sense a bit of a swing in momentum. You'd never write Duran off if it went to 5, but he won't want it to. Still early stages, Trails. Love to. Looking tired now. He's missed 3 on the trot there. Huge man, Duran. Well over 6 foot. This is going to be hard now. This end at least for Duran. He trails 4-0 and knows that it's going to be a long way back for him. Has he got the patience? No. Dumps a backhand. Half-hearted shot. Trails 5-0. I think Duran certainly needs something. He can't have a time there. He's taking a towel break. But a very lacklustre backhand into the net. Maybe he'll tank this one. I'm not sure he'd like me saying that, but to preserve energy for the last, maybe. He plays a left-handed shot there that goes off. Have a look at that serve and the backhand. Duran letting this one go, preserving energy for the fifth, I would imagine. Plays a big forehand. It catches Zavodski out. It 8-1, probably too late. Nine one now for the Ukrainian. Obvious now from the body language of Duran. Some of you might think he's given the match up, but that's not the case. He's given this end up. He'll come back fighting in the fifth. The no-look forehand from Zavodski misses. I think he thought the game was over, but it's not. He goes down Duran's end of the court to pick the ball up. Very generous of him. Either player now giving it their all. Zavodski serving into the net. You really want this match, this game to finish. It's not best for the crowd, that's for sure, and certainly losing some of its energy. Not so for the Brighton supporter down the far end, who's back in good voice. But we're level at 2-2 with all to play for. Duran will need a breather. He'll take as long as he can. Cliff Carter talking to him at the moment. Josh Bennett having a word. Zavodski looking fresh. Duran looking far from fresh, but you wouldn't bet against him. He has to win it from a BATTS point of view. Otherwise, the match is gone. All hanging on this game. BATTS trail 3-1 at the moment. Unfortunately for Duran, he'll be playing in the final round of matches. Big applause for the Brighton player. Duran will have the advantage. I'm not sure which towel he's got. Back to his original one, I think. He's got towels on the barriers, towels down his end, towels in the towel receptacle on the court. He's ready to play. Here we go. Duran's focus returns. We won't expect to see the same sort of lack of energy in this final game. But he's up for it. Duran taking the ball very early. 2 half volley drives. Gives him a 2-0 lead. Zavodski now, the one who has to think about it. Short serve, and Duran, yes, the support causing problems for Duran. He won't be phased. He'll just stop playing, which he did. Oh, a bit of a miss-hit from Zavodski, but it went back short and low, and Duran tried to whip it back, hits it into the net. Someone must say something in a minute. It's driving me to distraction. One doesn't mind support. Two each. Zavodski replays that shot, which he should have put spin on. He didn't. It just went straight into the bottom of the net. Duran 3-2 serving. Huge spin from Duran. Flips one there back. Now a backhand attack. Zavodski putting nothing on it. This is a float from Zavodski. Chance for Duran. Yeah, he got the first one back. Unbelievably. The second one went way over his head. Duran pumping his heart with his fists. Another towel break for him. With the original red towel. Two white ones on the sideline waiting him. Zavodski shakes his head. Never write Duran off. He knows the importance of these points. He'd like to take a 3-point advantage at the change of ends. There's a mobile phone going off that the players play on. Great forehand for Zavodski. This time it's Duran on the defensive loop, lobbing. 5 now lobs. Zavodski trying to put it away. 6 lobs. Make that 7. Now Duran top spinning. This is the rally of the match, I think. This one, no backhand there from Zavodski. Duran now on the attack. Fantastic turnaround. Can Duran put it away? No, he misses. The Brighton support all put their fists in the air, including Zavodski. Those players grinning, played in a great spirit. Amazing rally, really. Duran's back to the towel, which I don't think he should be. I think... I'm not sure he's allowed to towel down at 4-3. But Zavodski and Duran clap hands. They've played each other long enough to know that they're giving it their all. Duran now calling for the ref to wipe the table. So if you include that, that's a 4th towel being used from the BATTS end. Unbelievable. I hope you viewers are enjoying this, even though it's at a distance. I called for this match to be played on table 1. Needs to, in future, pick the better game. This has been going on for a long time. Zavodski attacks. A loose backhand from Duran. Brings the scores back to level. Quarter past 4 now. The match probably scheduled to finish at 4:30. We've still got another round to go. Duran serves 4-all. He's got to compose himself. Each point a marathon. Zavodski succumbs. Oh, what's going on here? Duran. I thought maybe giving that point away, but not sure. Oh no, it's another towel down of the table. The table getting more towel downs than the players at the minute. And Duran has towels in both hands, sweating profusely, giving everything for the cause, it has to be said. He's the one making the play. He's the one trying to win the point. You've got to get past the defences of Zavodski. Neither player giving an inch. Duran disturbed now. 5-4. A rare error on the return of serve. Duran just calming the crowd now. Keeping his head. 4-6. What a marathon this has been. Table tennis at its best. Duran playing like a chess match here, waiting the moment to put the big shot in, looping and pushing at the moment, slow looping, pushing, slow loop, and four from Duran there. Lost concentration, a high return, and Zavodski's on it like a flash. To call him a defensive player really is not fair. He's more than that. Duran can't relax. 6-5 to the man from Northampton. Once again, slowing the game down. Neither player now wanting to address the table. The Brighton players know that if Zavodski wins this, it's the match to them. Duran nets a forehand. Looks to his end and knows that he's got to get that energy level back. At the turn of ends, he's lost both points and probably just a little bit lethargic. As I say, don't write him off using the two-towel method again. 6-all. Duran has serve. Flat serve. Zavodski though up to it. Big forehand from Duran, a big half volley from Duran. And Zavodski goes long. Duran certainly took the time out of that rally, gave Zavodski less time to return the ball. The Brighton support patting Duran on the back as he goes to the back of the court. So played in even the crowd are in good spirits. Nobody wanted to lose this one, 7-6 Duran. Long flat serve. A little push from opens up with the backhand loop, but Zavodski's up to it. I think came off the edge of Duran's bat. He apologises, but nevertheless, he's opened up a 2-point lead. 8-6. Very apologetic about that. So, Zavodski serving under the pump, 6-8. Oh my goodness. Duran's return hits the top of the net, bobbles along it, drops down dead. No chance of Zavodski getting it back. Wry smile from him, but it's given a 3-point advantage. Zavodski with a timeout, not using it. As I say, normally in the fifth it would be called at 3 points. Serves long. Duran on the attack. Zavodski catches the top of the net, but Duran gets it back. Back to pushing. A lot of backspin on that from Zavodski, and Duran misses the backhand flick. Looks to his end, does a calming down signal with both hands. Wow, this match must be going on now for close on 3/4 of an hour. Great stamina from both players. Duran serving 9-7. Nothing on the serve again. Zavodski's in with a big forehand. You can never relax against him. Can Duran come up with something special on the serve? How he'd like to get the ball back high and put the ball away. He'd take anything right now. 9-8. He's dominated this final end. Can he be brave? Duran, high loops, Dozer, more aggressive. Can't get it past Zavodski. Zavodski trying to come in. Big loop from Duran, misses 9-all. Wow. Most people smiling. Perhaps not intentional if you're a BATTS fan. Some sweaty palms around the hall. Some sweaty bodies on the court. Who's going to prevail? Duran taking his time on the 9-all taildown. He's a master of these matches, but probably still not the favourite. It's even Stevens. Such tight shots. Great rally. Big backhand from Duran, but he gets back. Big forehand that's returned. Zavodski on the attack now. Great block from two great blocks from Duran, and we're back to pushing. Unbelievable match. And Zavodski finally gives way, hitting into the net. Duran hands his back to a spectator. Uses the towel again. I'm not sure whether nobody's going to stop him, but you're not really meant to towel down in between points. I'm not sure he'd be able to hold the bat if he didn't. Certainly wouldn't be able to see. I wonder if he sorted contact lenses. He won't be thinking of that right now. He'll be thinking one thing, how to get this final point. Zavodski serves short. And unbelievably, Duran dumps it into the net. We're going to deuce, 10-all. Either player would welcome an edge or a net, but you wouldn't put it back being returned. They're so nimble in thought, maybe. Not so much in body. Duran serves. Gets on the attack. Zavodski's at the back of the court. Duran draws him in. We're back into this pushing and looping from Duran. Waits for the one to hit. It's not coming at the minute. There it is. Great returns from Zavodski. Big backhand. Big forehand from Duran. And it beats Zavodski. The crowd clapping over their heads now. These are the longest rounds of applause I've heard at a BATTS match. Neither player wanting to lose, but we know that Duran has to win it to keep BATTS in the match. Fist pumps to his supporters. Zavodski wiping his furrowed brow. Can Duran come up with one more big shot? Can Zavodski get it back? Who knows? 10-11. Zavodski on the attack. Lobs from Duran. Can he get... Duran still lobbing. It's gone reverse here. Zavodski finally gets the top edge of Duran's back. Duran really shouldn't let him get on the attack. He can't stop him. More toweling from Duran. It's 11-all. We're now approaching 4:30. I have to go early. Nobody can begrudge either victory here. Duran calls for the fourth towel to be wiped on his side of the table. He sneaks another towel down. The Brighton players letting that happen quite generously. Duran serving 11-all. Duran on the attack. Then tries a drop shot that catches the top of the net, goes backwards. He looks forlorn now, and this is going to be a tricky point. Zavodski now smiling. Knows he's 1 point away from not only winning this game, but winning the match for his team. What's for sure is even if Duran wins, I don't think he'll be able to compete in the final round, especially as it starts straight after this. Match point, Zavodski. Duran misses. Zavodski celebrates. What a game. What a game. Duran, the master of five setters, but he couldn't break down the defence of Zavodski on that last point. Brighton win 4-1. It's played, though, in a much better spirit than last year, has to be said. Disappointment for the big man, but he's put on a show, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're getting your money's worth here. I certainly am. I think there will now be a little bit of a delay before we can start the final round. We'll be back shortly. Bennett off to a good start. Duran continues, having won the first. Unfortunately, I have a prior commitment, stupidly thinking the match would finish well before 4:30. We're now at 4:45. We're only in the second end, so you'll be having a replacement commentator for the finish. BATTS Primo Neil Briley. He started the club up and runs it very successfully, not just table tennis, but pickleball, badminton, five-a-side football. So he'll be taking the reins for the conclusion of the match. I apologise for that, but you're probably fed up with my voice by now. Bennett opening a 4-1 lead up. Duran 2-1 up against Anderson. Bennett attacking. Oh, and then the tails the attack in favour of a push, which hits the top of the net and drops over. Anderson 4-2 up against Duran down the far end. Where Duran's finding this energy from, I don't know. Bennett, the fresher of 2-8-2 up. We're talking of the energy levels expelled by Duran. Don't underestimate the energy needed to play the defensive game of Zavodski. He's moving all round the table and being drawn in. Coupled with his attacks as well. He's a very fit man, but maybe suffering from that last win. Bennett cashing in 7 game points. Puts that one away. Takes the game 11-3. We're just testing a new mic because the length of the match, particularly that last one from Duran and Zavodski, took an hour and 5 minutes. So we're back on air, I believe. I'm joined by Neil Briley, who's going to take over from me. Have you any experience, Neil, in commentary?
I don't think so, no. Definitely a newbie. I've not done this before.
Well, he's certainly got the calibre and the experience to know a bit about table tennis. Enjoyed the match, I'm sure, although perhaps not the result.
No, it's been a fantastic match. There have been some amazing games. Obviously, from a BATTS point of view, very disappointed. But there have been, for a neutral, the matches have been tremendous.
Yeah, it's a bit after the Lord Mayor's show in this round here. It's 1-1 down the far end.
It is, but still some really good table tennis actually. And Josh Bennett playing incredibly well against Igor. So Josh looking very classy really and making this look quite straightforward at the moment.
I think he's the fitter of the two. Age coming into this one, definitely. Yeah. Did you see a minute ago the left-hand shot from Zavodski and he got it back?
I did, that was amazing. Yeah, he's very versatile. And
Duran tried it earlier but failed. But what about this support from Brighton? What's your feelings?
yeah, a bit rowdy and a bit noisy from one of their fellows, but it adds colour to the proceedings, and you'd expect to see it at the darts rather than at the table tennis, but
perhaps we'll have music here next time. But my feeling is that I think you should remain seated behind the players' line of sight. What do you think?
I think so. The way table tennis is played, and it can be distracting, and I think so. So it would be better if you sat down. We love the passion, but there is a way to do it, and perhaps this is a little bit over the top.
Very diplomatic there from the supremo of BATTS, Neil Briley. I'm going to hand you over now because I have to go, I'm afraid. I've certainly enjoyed this probably more than any other match I've commentated on. Certainly the Duran Zavodski will live in the memory forever, and I'm hoping we'll see a lot of replays. Certainly Table Tennis England will be using some of the highlight reel, I think, exclusively from the Duran Zavodski match, and neither really deserved to lose. So I'll hand you over to Neil. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll speak to you next time. Thanks, Neil.
Thanks very much, Martin, and my efforts won't compare with Martin as a very professional commentator, but I'll do my best to keep you informed with what's going on. And so Josh trying to see this out 3 straight. On the other table, Chris finding it hard after a really tough match. I think now he's finding perhaps stamina is an issue. So Chris against David Anderson on the far table will be a hard one really for him. It's 1-1 and he's trading 6-2. Here I've rather taken my eye off things, and Igor has come back to 6-all in the third, so there's still a match definitely on. Another good rally, and Igor edging ahead 7-6. Josh, a few points ahead in this game. It's just slipped really largely down to Igor's good play, but as I say that, he makes an unforced error. So 7-8. So point each way, 9-8 now, just still a chance to take this match 3 straight. Another fabulous rally. And our noisy supporter making his feelings felt. Eagle wins another great rally, lobbing on his forehand as he does, and then so the match situation goes to 2-1 to Josh. On the other table, it's between David and Chris, it's 1-1 and 7-1, and a timeout has been taken. One all 7-6, in fact, to David Anderson. Eight 6 to David. Nine 6, and we're just about to start the fourth game with Josh leading 2-1. Igor nudging ahead 3-1 in the fourth. This has looked like a match that Josh might win 3 straight, but it's now turning into a really tough encounter, and looks like it might go to 5. Amazing retrieving by Igor again. On the other table, David Anderson goes 2-1 up against Chris Duran. Spectacular stuff. Josh fortunate to win that point on an edge, but again some spectacular retrieving, and it's just great to watch. Lovely work by Josh. Not many defenders around the game in this country, or in fact not many defenders generally, and it's always really good for the crowds to see a game between an attacker and defender. Josh making a great comeback now and back to 6-5. Another fabulous rally. We've seen so many of those today. Terrific rally. I didn't count the shots, but tremendous rally again. On the other table, Chris is 3-0 down, 2-1 down, 3-0 down. Let's take the timeout. Great shot by Josh. Another rally of so many shots. Josh worked really hard then, forced the error in the end, and we're back to 7-all. Oh, surprise on serve. Puts Josh ahead. Great rally again. Igor wins that one for 8-all. There's just nothing between these two. Good forehand topspin by Josh, and he nudges ahead 9-8 and within a couple of points of victory. Another terrific rally, 9-all now.
That's true.
Error by Josh. And Igor has game points. Oh, wonderful shot by Josh, almost retrieved by Igor. And we're 10-all. Fabulous rally again. This time it goes to Igor and he gets a chance to level at 2-all. On the other table, David Anderson beats Chris Duran 3-1. Yeah, mistake on a push return from Josh, so we're 2 games all here and excitement continues. Obviously Brighton have won the match and had done a while ago actually, we're now 5-1 up, but it's been closer than the score suggests, I think. And so just 1 match remaining and really hard to call a winner here, I think. So it would look like an easy win for Brighton today, but in fact it's been a really close match with some fantastic games and some rallies that will be rallies of the season, I think. Chris Duran gave everything in his game with Igor, and it really didn't quite have enough energy left in the final game because David was an opponent who he beat last year, David Anderson, in a very close match. But so here we are, the match scores 5-1 and we're 2-all in the final game. Oh, a fortunate edge. Right, you got another great rally. Just almost got that back. Eagle edging ahead at 4-1. This is an important point for Josh.
Not long.
Is it on again? Sorry, and my colleague Carl Johnson is telling me I may inadvertently have switched off the commentary and switched off the microphone, and I'm really sorry for that. And if you're not aware, Brighton are 5-1 up in the match. David Anderson beat Chris Duran. And now Igor has edged ahead 7-3 against Josh in the fifth. Another really close battle and some terrific table tennis in this match. And indeed, through the whole afternoon, there have been some great games. And if we lose this 6-1, it won't tell the whole story, really. Brighton worthy winners, but there have been some really great matches and some extraordinary rallies. Josh still fighting, playing really well, and now 7-5 to Igor. But Josh very much in the match. that one surprised just slightly, but it's terrific consistency by Igor, and I think so much comes back. Net took the ball off the table, and Josh at 6'8" is still in it. Unusually short rally, and we're now at 7'8". Fabulous rally. Game. Tremendous play by Josh. Terrific retrieving by Igor. Josh edges ahead for the first time in this game, 9-8. Josh 10-8. Terrific rally, and Josh produces 2 match points. Wonderful match, wonderful entertainment. Eagles a real crowd pleaser, a terrific game, and tremendous credit to Josh Bennett for winning that game. Maybe just a token, we lose a match 5-2, but let's lose a match 5-2. But a terrific game. There's been some.
Am I like asking questions or?
It's expected when you play with all people in the world, not no English people, you know what I mean?
Okay, this is Josh. Okay, this is Cliff speaking, the captain of BATTS. I've got to say, obviously I've been to lots of matches here and away, and today was one of the best matches. Some of the action that took place was absolutely fantastic, and unfortunately the better team lost. But Brighton are a very, very good squad, and to me today table tennis was the winner. But I really did enjoy it, and we love entertaining Brighton. They got a very good squad. They played really well, and I think, to be honest, I hate to say it, but they deserved the win. And I just look forward to Ryan Goodyear playing in the return match, so that we guarantee a win. But Josh, you just had a great game with Igor. So what's your reflections on the match?
Yeah, difficult. I played Shoma first. It was easy 3-0 for him. I really struggled to get into it. Is the difference in level, I just couldn't get going. So I found it really hard then playing Igor then, that it was obviously a different pace, and it took a bit of time to get used to it again. And actually it was nice that I could feel comfortable in the game a little bit. But yeah, he didn't want to give up. Came back 2-2, but then just managed to sneak it at the end. But yeah, it was good.
And nice to see Haotian suddenly find some really good form. And Igor, our very good friend from Ukraine and everywhere where he plays. Igor, I've got to say, every time I watch you play, I think it's fantastic. So next season, if you want to play for BATTS, you're most welcome. But I won't poach you. But what are your feelings? Did you enjoy the match yourself?
Yeah, I enjoyed both matches. I love to play against Josh. We play like a lot and try some to practice. It's when I come to Brighton and we come to the match, I know it is two good matches. I prepared for Chris and I prepared for Josh, like mentally, and I totally enjoyed long points, good quality. It's like really so nice.
And I really mean it. Watching you play is a real pleasure. And the point at 2-1 and 9-all that you won, where you smashed one from the barrier after 576 shot rally, I think we're going to make sure that we put that in for the point of the, not even of the year, no, the point of the century, or even point of the millennium. But, you know, good win, and like I say, good luck for the rest of the season, apart from one match. And I think you know which match that is. But good luck, keep playing well, and thanks again.
Thank you so much.
What do you mean, which match? Us against you, you donut. Is that all right?
Yeah, brilliant.
Cheers. Thanks again, Carl.